Welcome back to Reality Exposed, the channel where we reveal the unvarnished, unadulterated reality of your favorite television personalities. We're going to get into one of the most heartbreaking stories in 90-day Fiancé history today. The gruff, no-nonsense Mold Van Hunk who won everyone over and started countless arguments was Andrei Castravet. Behind the scenes, however, his life has devolved into a nightmare of heartache, treachery, and financial disaster. Andrei Castravet's business had taken a serious hit after he lost $75,000. Throughout this Unfortunately, Elizabeth, his wife, got overburdened and finally made the decision to leave him. Elizabeth divorced Andrei and made her covert relationship with Zach public. In the end, she decided to start again by getting married to Zach, her covert lover. Zach and Elizabeth have had a covert romantic relationship for the last 2 years. However, it wasn't the end. Soon after, shocking information surfaced, revealing that Andrei had been concealing a $500,000 debt. Now that this reality is known, the circumstances become even more tragic. This drama isn't pre-written. A reality TV pair is being torn apart by real life. Stay tuned as we go over everything in detail. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. We must start from the beginning in order to comprehend the catastrophe. Known for his tall stature, muscular physique, and heavy Eastern European dialect, Andrei Castravet was a tough former police officer who became a bouncer. He was born in Chisinau, Moldova, in 1986. In search of a better life away from Moldova's hardships, he abruptly fell in love. He first met Elizabeth Libby Pathast, a Tampa native from a wealthy family, in 2017 while he was working as a bouncer in Dublin. What started off as a fortuitous meeting while on vacation swiftly developed into an intense romance. Andrei and Libby appeared in Season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé, which highlighted his journey to the US on a K-1 visa. Fans witnessed their acrimonious disagreements, cultural conflicts, and indisputable chemistry in addition to ongoing hostility with Libby's siblings, who claimed that Andrei was living off of their father, Chuck. In spite of the turmoil, in December 2017, they were married in Tampa, and in 2018, they celebrated with a lavish Mold Van wedding. With the arrival of son Winston in 2022 and daughter Eleanor in 2019, their family quickly expanded. Off-screen, Libby pursued acting and modeling, and Andrei and Chuck worked together in real estate. By 2023, they were well-liked TLC regulars, known for their chemistry and light-hearted banter, thanks to their appearances on spin-offs like Pillow Talk and Happily Ever After. However, fissures were appearing. Andrei's pride, but it quickly crumbles, showed up. Libby's independent personality frequently clashed with Andrei's traditional mindset. In Andrei's culture, men take the lead. "I'm American, though. I refuse to be subdued," Libby once acknowledged. Hidden tensions and financial strains simmered beneath the surface. Andrew, who now resides in the US, was resolved to leave Chuck's company by the beginning of 2025. He went it alone, flipping houses in Florida and even looking for chances in Moldova, where the real estate market was booming. Get up. According to sources, Andrei used family funds and a loan from Chuck to invest $75,000 in a Mold Van apartment complex in Chisinau. It looked like a good strategy. Purchase cheap, remodel, and sell for a profit. However, the geopolitical consequences from the conflict between Russia and Ukraine increased prices, displaced buyers, and forced his partners to leave. By March 2025, the investment had fallen apart. Andrei first kept the loss a secret, but by May, he revealed his happily ever after. Season 9 acknowledging, "I believed I could manage it, sweetie, but Andrei's gamble turned into a disaster. He borrowed $25,000 more and invested $50,000 from savings, but renovation costs skyrocketed to $40,000 when the housing market crashed, leaving him with a crushing $75,000 loss that could have covered mortgage payments, children's tuition, and even family vacations. War destroyed everything. Libby was devastated. With their accounts depleted and bills mounting, the burden on their young family became intolerable. She reportedly sobbed during a contentious family intervention after Chuck offered to provide financial support, but Andrei's pride refused. Tensions then escalated, and Lily posted cryptic Instagram messages like, "Sometimes you have to walk away to find peace." She felt betrayed when she found out the truth. How could you hide this from me? However, the situation went beyond money. It revealed the weaknesses in their marriage. Libby's demand for equality contrasted with Andrei's traditional ideals, and arguments over. The final twist, according to insiders, Libby had found solace in someone unexpected. Zach, a man who had been in her life in secret for years. As the financial muse tightened, Libby cracked. Andrei's loss was more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It was diapers they couldn't afford, date nights they couldn't afford, and dreams postponed. By mid-2025, money, parenting, and respect turned their Tampa home into a battlefield, and Libby became aloof. I love Andrei, but this crisis is suffocating me. I need space to breathe. That space came in the form of Zach, a name that would shatter everything. Who is Zach? Based on what we've pieced together through anonymous tips and social media, she was juggling it all. TLC filming, social media influence, and raising Eleanor and Winston. Andrei, once her rock, turned into a burden, withdrawing into anger and denial. By summer 2025, Libby was done. It's overwhelming. Dives. Zach is a 38-year-old Orlando, Florida-based entrepreneur who leads a successful tech startup in app development behind the scenes. He is charismatic and leads a stable life, which contrasts with Andrei's unstable world. They first met in 2023 at an influencer networking event where Libby was promoting her beauty line and Zach was looking for talent for his apps. What started out as light-hearted conversations between Libby and Zach in late 2023 quickly became more than that. Zach gave her what Andrei couldn't: stability, laughter, and freedom from financial stress. For almost 2 years, Libby led a double life, playing the roles of wife and mother by day and making secret calls to Zach by night. On social media, everything appeared perfect, but subtle clues appeared: a hot-tagged Orlando cafe post, a story. Libby was consumed by real estate and found in Zach a confidence for her family's frustrations. By 2024, their bond crossed the line. When Andrei's $75,000 loss was made public in July 2025, Libby screamed in a heated argument, "We're drowning, Andrei, and you hid it." That night, she left for her sisters, not just to cool off, but to start her exit. On August 1, 2025, Libby shocked fans with an emotional Instagram live, saying, "Andrei and I'm separating. I need to prioritize my happiness and our kids." The internet erupted in sympathy, criticism, and unending conjecture. The truth came to light a few weeks later when leaked texts and pictures of Libby and Zach holding hands at a beach resort appeared. The texts included personal information like, "You're my escape, Zach. I can't wait to start fresh with you." The affair had been going on for exactly 2 years since August 2023, and Andrei was caught off guard. In a rare public statement he said, "I fought for my family, but secrets destroyed us." Chuck attempted to mediate, but siblings sided with her, labeling Andrei toxic. The divorce was filed quickly in mid-August 2025, citing irreconcilable differences and financial strain. Libby requested primary custody and alimony. Andrei disputed, but the damage was done. Why Zach? Insiders say he stood for freedom. There was no drama surrounding visas or family feeds. 2 days after the divorce papers, Zach proposed in a private ceremony, and Libby accepted, marrying him in a low-key courthouse wedding on August 15, 2025. This chapter closes one door but opens a Pandora's box because as Libby moved on, Andrei's world collapsed further with a revelation that no one saw coming. Just when you thought the story couldn't get any more tragic, the final blow landed. They honeymooned in the Bahamas and began a new life in Orlando. Eleanor and Winston split time, but Libby's posts now glow with second chances. Andrei's $75,000 loss was only the tip of the iceberg. Further investigation reveals that he had been gambling on high-risk investments since 2022, including cryptocurrency ventures, stock trades, and even underground lending in Moldova. He borrowed from dubious sources, maxed out credit cards, high-interest loans from Eastern European contacts, and undisclosed lines from Chuck's business. The breakdown: $200,000 in personal debt that he had concealed from everyone, including Libby. Andrei skillfully concealed $500,000 through fake bank statements, separate accounts, loans for his real estate flips, $150,000 in cryptocurrency losses during the 2024 market crash, $100,000 in back taxes and visa-related fees from his early U.S. days, and an additional $50,000 in various cars, vacations, and gifts to family back home. Libby suspected something, but trusted him, and the $75,000 loss was the final nail in the coffin. When Libby left, Andrei's first crumbled. Lawsuits piled up, creditors came knocking, and the debt was revealed in court, portraying Andrei as reckless and dishonest. The tragedy worsened, and the once proud Andrei fell into a deep hole. According to friends, he sank into isolation and hardly saw his children. His final post on social media was dark. "Life tests us all." Libby, now Mrs. Zach, was incensed. "This explains everything," she told Confidence, pointing out that he was living a lie. Her new life with Zach, stable and debt-free, contrasted sharply. The follow-up rippled. TLC paused their storylines. In late August 2025, Andrei filed for bankruptcy, but the emotional damage was irreversible. He returned to a small Tampa apartment and worked odd jobs, far from TV stardom. What lies ahead? Libby thrives with Zach, posting about blended families and new beginnings. Andrei, rumors of a return to Moldova, possibly rebuilding alone. This story isn't just drama. It's a warning tale of pride, secrets, and the high cost of. Here is the complete and heartbreaking story of Andrei Castravet's downfall. From a $75,000 loss to a hidden $500,000 debt and Libby's secret affair that put an end to it all. While reality TV portrays the glamour, real life throws the punches. What do you think? Was Andrei at fault, or did life deal him a bad hand? Leave your thoughts in the comments. More updates. After Andrei concealed his $75,000 loss, Libby packed her bags and left with her children, and Andrei came under fire for his rude and narcissistic actions. I'll explain everything. 90-day finance. Everything about Andrei and Elizabeth's massive business losses before the $75,000 scandal. It seems that Elizabeth Post and Andrei Castravet have had a string of business setbacks. It has been difficult for them to earn a living and establish a secure life over the years. And oops, Alexei makes a mistake and reveals Andrei's huge secret. Lauren and Elizabeth ended their friendship after Andrei drama. Television screens as some of the most well-known celebrities. After focusing on their own lives, Andrei and Libby turned their focus to their two boys. However, happily ever after season 9 is the return of the TLC couple. Andrei wants Elizabeth to move to Moldova with him and their kids, but he didn't tell his wife that he had lost $75,000, which is interesting. We'll discuss their apparent history of failing businesses below. Did they make their investment? Elizabeth Post and Andrei were ecstatic when they saw the property where they had invested the money, explaining that it would be a substantial source of income for them because they might eventually be able to flip houses. The 90-day Fiancé star was shocked when her husband admitted to spending all the money. When Andrei took Libby and her father to the property, they invested $75,000. Post was shocked that her husband had concealed the information from. It's one thing to make a bad investment, but to cover his tracks and lie is like another level of betrayal. Libby said if she came home soon, Andrei pondered. What would he explain to his family? Elizabeth and Andrei had recently been living in luxury in America, frequently sharing their contented lifestyles and flaunting their wealth. She packed her suitcases to return to America and changed her airline tickets. The TLC star planned to return to her homeland with her father. On social media, Libby and Andrei recently discussed their loss in Moldova on Happily Ever After, but they have experienced similar situations in the past. The cast members of 90 Day Fiancé filed for a business license in October 2018, according to the U.S. Sun, and Libby filed the paperwork for Castravet Properties LLC. However, the firm was dissolved in 2019 because they failed to file the annual. The Malovo Van National and his spouse have not purchased any real estate through the LLCs. In 2020, Andrei became a licensed real estate agent and worked with Keller Williams Realty Tampa Central. It's interesting that he doesn't currently have a realtor profile. The reality TV stars later invested in Castravet Incorporated in January 2021, and the business is still in operation today. Libby and Andrei shocked fans on the broadcast by discussing flipping houses in America. Homes later with the money they had invested in Moldova. Andrei, however, blindly trusted his associates on the investment and failed to provide Libby with all the details. Supporters want to know if he can get his money back. 90-day finance. After Andrei concealed his $75,000 loss, Libby packed her bags and left with the children. After all of his lies and secrets, it seems that Elizabeth's past is done with Andrei Castravet. She left Moldova for America with the kids. The reality TV star has had to deal with a language barrier and cultural conflicts. Andrei's wife has been under constant pressure to move with him, but he kept a big secret about their real estate investment from Elizabeth. The 90-day Fiancé star is shocked and saddened. The idea of permanently moving with their kids to Andrei's home country has not really thrilled Elizabeth, but she made a quick trip to Moldova to see if it could be done. The 90-day Fiancé stars Alexei and Lauren met Yara and Jovi in Florida in the most recent episode of Happily Ever After, and Yara told Libby everything she had been telling her about her journey to Moldova. Her co-star appeared happy and eager for some exciting things, but Alexei thought it was impossible because Andrei had already lost the money they invested in a real estate investment. Will Elizabeth return to the United States? How will Andrei react? He should not have said all of this. Jolie immediately warned him. "Hey, we weren't supposed to say anything about that," he said. It never occurred to Alexei that it should be kept a secret. His co-star lost everything after spending the money on a property, he explained, and the TLC personality felt that he should have told Elizabeth everything. Jovi and Alexei decided to leave the situation alone and stop talking about it. Elizabeth's past has been working hard to fit in Moldova. Whether they should move to the country permanently is still a problem for her. The TLC star was in Moldova with her father. When Libby's father asked Andrei about the money they had invested, he was shocked to hear that they had used $75,000 of his daughter's money to buy a property. Andrei told him it was our money, but he said that after investing the money, he became a silent partner. The 90-day Fiancé star let his other partners make the decisions. Rely on the property for their livelihood, Elizabeth said, and she was excited to see it. She had hoped to use their investment to flip real estate in the future, but the reality TV star is upset because Andrei has already lost the money. Libby recently packed her bags and bought her tickets to return to America with her kids. The poor investment is one thing, but to cover his tracks and to lie, that's like another level of betrayal, she said. Fans of 90-day Fiancé are accusing Andrei of being blatantly rude and narcissistic, as well as calling him out in all caps. Toxic. You read that correctly. The Americans were obviously saddened and wanted to get back home as soon as possible. Andrei asked. Libby thought her partner should tell everyone that he had not explained to his wife why he had not given her an explanation of the investment property. The betrayal left her unable to survive another moment in Moldova. Problem with the celebrity's behavior during Happily Ever After and reprimanded him for mistreating Elizabeth. But that's not all. Andrei's critics were outraged and started assaulting him after he made a shocking comment about Libby. What's the point? He asked. What? Why is Andrei being criticized by viewers? Fans claim that Andrei has been acting suspiciously and hoarding a lot of items for a while. Read more about this debate by reading 1, as it's a popular issue. From his wife. His financial loss was reportedly revealed to Jovi and Alexei, but not to Libby. Despite the fact that the celebrity lost roughly $75,000, they still think the money was invested in Moldova. Libby, furious and disbelieving, decided to fly back to America after discovering her husband's deceit. Andrei's hardwired decision forced his family to relocate permanently to Moldova, which caused viewers to question his intentions. Fans witnessed Libby and Andrei arguing loudly during a recent episode, and Libby was obviously unhappy with the tone of Andrei's conversation with her based on her facial expressions. Fiancé is now being held accountable for his mistakes, and it seems that he cannot handle the situation. Elizabeth has been friends with Lauren Broanek for a long time. A couple of their co-stars were invited to the argument. The 90-day Fiancé stars wanted to have a good time with their friends, Yara and Jove, Andrei, and Libby, at their housewarming party in Florida during Happily Ever After Season 8. However, things took a surprising turn when the celebration turned into a more dramatic shouting match than that tells all. Lauren and her best friend Noga got into a heated argument with Andrea at the party, and instead of making a scene, Libby tried to defuse the situation. The stars of 90 Day Fiancé on Season 8 were thrilled to see each other again at the housewarming celebration. The former talked about her worries and anxieties before to her journey to Moldova. She didn't enjoy moving to her husband's homeland. You thought it was a horrible idea as well. Fans wanted to know if the two would still be friends after all of the drama. What caused the repercussions? Are they no longer close companions? An attempt to maintain objectivity and convince her friend to ask the question, but Lauren felt obliged to tell Libby the truth about the entire situation, obviously not wanting her friend to move to the country. Elizabeth admitted that she was relieved when her friend finally apologized for everything, but she still wanted to talk about establishing boundaries with Lauren when she returned to the United States because the friend was going too far and interfering in her personal affairs, which the TLC star didn't like. The 90 Day finance actor was trying to convince his wife to move to Moldova with their kids. But Jovi, Yara, Lauren, and Alexei tried to convince him that his wife wouldn't be happy in the country. Elizabeth Past and Andrei Castravet are one of the most successful couples on the show. The latter's noisy voice and troublesome nature have always made him popular. At Lauren and Alexei's celebration, he gave Lee an ultimatum, which caused a stir. Fans are curious to know how the drama affected Lauren and Libby's friendship because the relationship between Castravet and Lauren descended into a heated drama. Naga, the latter's friend, also intervened and called him a jerk, leaving the party after calling him out on his misogynistic behavior. Later, Lauren apologized on her friend's behalf in an effort to patch things up, but it was too late. It's unfortunate that co-stars stopped following each other on Instagram. Fans of 90 Day Fiancé believe that things may not be going well between them because Libby still interacts with Yara online and follows her, but she no longer follows Lauren. With all of the conflict and miscommunication, it's possible that the TLC stars have stopped communicating. No more today. What are your thoughts on this rumor? Share your thoughts in the comments section and subscribe to our channel to receive more updates, such as these updates.